Hello and welcome to this late afternoon, early evening, really evening taste challenge. I have two Kentucky straight rye whiskeys. Let me turn the heater off. It's getting a little warm in here. Very warm. And I don't have it set that warm, but those heaters. Whew. All right. It's kind of chilly and damp outside. This is Old Overholt straight rye whiskey. Now, yes, it's an old brand going back to 1810 in Pennsylvania. You see the Keystone State. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. There's Abram Overholt, who founded the company. But this was bought out by Jim Beam Company, Beam, in I think it was 1993, and they moved all the production to Kentucky. So it's a Kentucky straight rye whiskey these days. But this is the 2020 to 2022 edition. So during the depths of let me say that correctly. During the depths of the scamdemic, they came out with this product. And they changed it. They put a red cap to let you know it was different. And they jumped it from 80 proof to 86 proof. And from chill filtered to non-chill filtered. But still aged 3 years. So an improvement. Still, you got the good glass bottle, brown glass bottle. I bought this at Walmart at the time of purchase in 2020. It was only $15.98. $15.98. Now, last year I was at Total Wine and More, and I was not looking for rye whiskey really, but they had Jim Beam Rye, which shocked me because I knew about the green label pre-prohibition rye, and then this showed up, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then they didn't have the pre-prohibition rye over there, but they never had it there. They never really carried it at that place, that particular Total Wine and More. But I thought it was shocking. I came home when I had time. I checked, and they said it was still showing pre-prohibition rye on their website. And I was like, "Oh, that's really weird. What is this white label thing?" And then I could see it was different because this one was only 80 proof as opposed to 90. And it was really, but they were both straight rye. So it was odd. And then about a month later, they no longer showed the green label being pre-prohibition style rye on their website. Only the this new one, which they say is limited. It's under their limited section. Well, I've never seen it in my town. But to be fair, I never saw the pre-prohibition rye in my town. Old Overholt, yeah, I get that at Walmart here. This is common. Jim Beam Rye, not common where I live. Might not in the river parishes. Might be common more into New Orleans. Okay, so the appearance. One is hazy. That's the Old Overholt, but it's getting far down into the bottle, so it's kind of probably starting to have sediment. They almost like congeal, like they become solidified. This one's clear and copper. They're both copper. This one's more amber than copper. This one's copper. All right, turning on the lamps now. No need to have them off at this point. Eddie Nichols says, "What's up?" Nicholson says, "What's up? Just doing a taste challenge." Maxwell in Russia, the Russian Federation, says, "Hello. Hello to you, Maxwell. Peace to you." Tommy Carroll says, "Cheers, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Hope you had a good day." Well, it was a good day, but it was a very busy day. Worked about 9 hours, and it was straight work. There was no break even. I didn't even have a break. Um, on my feet, 8.5 to 9 hours. It was tough. JV, yep. Good evening, friends, says Ronnie. Yes, hello to you, Ronnie. Sorry for any disruption in the background. Don't. Hold on a second. Got a little problem here. I don't know. I can't. It's going to be a problem. All right. Anyway. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Peace is at hand. Show you the website. Beam Rye, bold taste, spicy flavor, classic. Our old school Beam Rye recipe is marked, and that's making me think they brought back the 2015 recipe, but they don't explicitly say that. By warm notes, a spicy kick, and a bite of black pepper, all rounded out by hints of vanilla and oak flavors, added to classic and contemporary cocktails alike, for an unmistakable flavor that's sure to take you back. Okay, now notice their bottle has a green cap. The website shows a green cap, but my bottle, which was a very early release, I bought mine right when it hit the market. Mine is a white cap, so that's a little different. Jim Beam Rye Manhattan, Rye Bloody, and a Rye Old Fashioned. I'm sure they're all very good. Jim Sue says hi. Hello to you. All right. I think I have them mixed up enough. Now, will I be able to tell them apart? 80 proof, 86 proof, 80 proof, non-chill filtered. They don't make any claim to that over here, so it's probably chill filtered. Aged 3 years. No age statement here, so it's aged at least 4 years. We know this one's aged at least 4 years. So there are some differences. Could they have the same mash bill? Very likely. They're coming from the same distiller, James B. Beam Distilling. So they could take the same mash bill and treat them differently, you see. But we know there's straight rye whiskey. Get mint. It's like a spearmint or peppermint. You get mint here, but it's less pronounced. It's like more subtle. So a strong mint and a more refined, or I'm sorry, more restrained mint. All right, taste time. Mint, peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. I don't know which of those. It's there. It's mentholated. You get the grain, Now, it might only be 51% rye. This I do not know. Get the grain. Yeah. Medium body, dry finish. Different grains, probably corn, wheat, maybe wheat, malted barley, but mostly rye, of course. Straight rye, mostly rye. We know it's aged for at least 2 years in new charred oak barrels, but we know this one's aged 3 years. This one's aged at least 4. Pilsen American says, hi, beautiful cat. I have 2 orange ones and 1 white, and one that is the same color as yours. Oh, that gray stripe. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Rescued her from the car wash. I was at the car wash last month, in October, and they said, do you like kittens? And I said, well, yeah, because they found her. I think the mother might have left her and planning to come pick her up, like one of those transporting things like they do. But anyway, she was a lot smaller then. And I was like, oh man, I don't feel like dealing with a kitten. But I was like, all right. So there's the story now. I got all this disruption. There's a malt liquor called Sidekick. Have you ever tried it? No, I've never heard of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. No, I've never heard of it, but I would try it. Minty, like I say, spearmint, peppermint, wintergreen. I don't know what it is, but it's noticeable. Which of these do I prefer? It's hard to say because it tastes like basically the same product. Now, I know one is chill filtered, one is non-chill filtered, one is aged 3 years, one is aged at least 4 years. Evil Eye malt liquor, and I never heard of those crazy ones, but I would try them if I saw them. Medium body, dry finish. So I would shop price on these two before I even try to determine which is which. I would shop price because this one was $15.98 at the time of purchase. Now the price has gone up to close to $20, almost 20. This one is still $13.99 at Total Wine and More. $13.99. Let's see what Total Wine and More is showing for the photo. Because remember, mine has a white cap, but remember the website was showing a green cap, that forest green. Jim Beam. They're showing the white cap like I have. Yeah. Cheap stuff. $23.99 for a whole handle. $13.49 for the 750. It's actually, I think I paid $13.99, so it actually went down 50 cents. Old Overholt. 19. Yep, I was right. $19.99. But why be a fool and pay $19.99 for a 750 milliliter and you get a liter for $1 more? So they have $19.99 for the regular bottle, but you could pay $1 more and get a liter. So obviously you would pay $1 more and get a liter. Okay. Cats are very hyper when they're 2 years old and younger. When they get older, they just sit on your rug all day, says Pilsen. Mexican. Yeah, I agree with that. She's only about less than 2 months old. She doesn't weigh, but I weighed her yesterday. She weighed 3 pounds exactly 3 pounds, which is why I can't put the flea poison on her neck, because the flea poison said you got to wait till they get to 5 pounds, unfortunately. But she's very hyper, yeah, as you can tell. Hyperactive, but and when I go to sleep, she got to get on the bed and she got to always be touching me. When she's sleeping, she got to lay next to me, and she got to be touching me on my hip or my shoulder. She'll be quiet all night. If I sleep 7 hours, she'll be quiet. She got to be touching me. All right. I prefer this one because I think it's a bolder, more flavorful product. I wouldn't pay $6 extra. I wouldn't pay $6.50 extra for it, but it is bolder, more bolder. So I think this is the old Overholt. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be shocked. Oh, I'm shocked. It's the Jim Beam. Oh, now imagine this: the Jim Beam. They're both from Jim Beam Company, James B. Beam Distilling. The Jim Beam is $6.50 cheaper, but yet it's bolder and has more flavor. Now, imagine that. Now, remember, this is the 2020 to 2022 edition. They have changed it in the last 3 years. Now it's still 86 proof, but now it's aged 4 years, still non-chill filtered 4 years. So when I bring the other one in tomorrow, now it could be a closer contest. Albertsons, where I live, sells cheap prices on whiskey bottles. What is a good brand and size of whiskey? I've only tried 40 proof in my experience with whiskey. Well, I'm a 40 proof guy. 40 proof is fine with me. A lot of people want high proof. Well, it's up to them. If you want something so strong, doesn't appeal to me. But what is a good one? It's hard to say. Where do you live? Like what part of the country? Mexico? Not Mexico, but your name is Pilsen Mexican. There's so many good whiskeys. It's hard. Bad ones. There aren't too many bad ones. So I don't know what you want. Blended whiskey, bourbon, rye, Scotch, Irish, Canadian. It's hard. My advice to everybody is always try them all. Try all of them. But it depends on the person. Some people prefer Las Cruces. Oh, that's right. You told me that. And I visited their campus, New Mexico State University. They took me on a tour of their they took me on a tour of their football stadium. Hello, John Mallory. Cheers back to you. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving advice on like what's a good whiskey to buy because I don't know what your price range is. I don't know what well, they're all barrel aged. Whiskey by its nature must be barrel aged. Every whiskey produced is barrel aged. So I'm not sure what that question is. Hey, look, when I started trying whiskey back 9 years ago, I didn't know what to try. I just bought whatever they had. I was just looking around and I said, The first one I tried was Beam's 8-star. Not Jim Beam Rye or Jim Beam straight bourbon, but it's around. In fact, I have a bottle. It's called Beam's 8-star. And it's a blended whiskey. It's not a bourbon. But it must be popular because I see it, or it might be like marginally popular. I see it in some places. Not like Jim Beam bourbon, but it's around. $35 at the most. Well, we can get Buffalo Trace around here for $23.99, $24.99. So I don't know. Other states, they charge over $30 for Buffalo Trace or $28.99 lowest. I don't know, man. Less than 35. How about Wild Turkey. The 81 proof Wild Turkey. Just regular Wild Turkey, not 101, just Wild Turkey. It's aged at least 4 years. It's 81 proof. It's mild. It's a famous product, been on the market for a long time. That's probably less than 25. Might be less than 20 if you hit the right store. Yeah, so try honey whiskey. Oh, well, now you're asking for whiskey liqueurs. I don't know. Jack Daniel's honey. I mean, there's so many choices there. I don't know what to say. Even Seagram 7 had a honey, but I think it's gone now. Something they got rid of all their flavors. When you start asking about flavor whiskeys, don't ask me because I don't know. I try stuff. I like them all, you know. $19. So this is a shock. This video is a shock because I thought for sure much bolder flavor over here. Bolder, more exciting, more in fact, more enjoyable flavor. I thought it was the old Overholt, but no. The more exciting, full flavor whiskey was the Beam Rye. So there you go. You just think you know, but until you do the taste challenge, you don't really know. And you got to do it blind. If you do it with your eyes open and you're looking at them, no, you got to make sure. I have tags at the bottom, so I don't know which is which. William Grimes, cute kitty, thank you. She is very active, as you can clearly see, disrupting the whole video. Cat steal. You caught yours cat stealing? Well, yeah. They don't understand morality. Okay, anyway, a lot of humans understand it. They understand it. They don't follow it, but no, I mean. All right, well, I'm a bit shocked, kind of disoriented, really, because I got it wrong, and I thought for sure I had it right. But, man, you just don't know. So what's coming up next? Tomorrow I plan to do Old Overholt, but the current Old Overholt. It's been on the market 3 years, going on 4. It's the 86 proof, non-chill filtered, aged 4 years. Did the Old Overholts change their flavor that significantly over the last 5 years? No, not really. Just little tweaks. It went from this to this to this. It got a little bit better, maybe. That's arguable. But I'm gonna bring in the last Old Overholt, the current version, the 4-year age, which Walmart's got it right now. I can go there right now and go. Walmart's going to be open another 5 hours. I can go right now and buy another bottle. Not that I would, since I got a bottle. But then after I do the Old Overholt, I've got to bring in the Jim Beam pre-Prohibition Rye, and I've got to taste challenge the current Jim Beam Rye versus the pre-Prohibition style rye, which was on the market 9 years, which was abruptly discontinued, canceled, however you want to express that, which shocked me. I'm still shocked. Do you still post videos on your anti-war channel? Oh, yes, I do. And I might do one this week. I think I might do one this week. But I have to think about it. But I might do it on anti-war. Yeah. So thanks for watching. And sorry I got it wrong. But I think this rye taste challenge could be really tough because these rye whiskeys have a tendency to taste very similar one to another. So, all right. Well, anyway, the winner, the clear and present winner is Jim Beam Rye. Who would have ever imagined? Maybe you would have. Who would have imagined that? Turn off the lamps because it's making a glare. Who would have imagined that Jim Beam Rye, look how dark it is now, Jim Beam Rye would defeat Overholt, the venerable America's oldest rye brand. But it happened. It happened here live on the internet. The winner, Jim Beam Rye. If you see this, buy it and you won't even pay $15. Not even after tax, I don't think, unless you live in Alabama where their taxes are outrageous on liquor. But anyway, this thing here, do I recommend buying it? Absolutely. I recommend buying it without hesitation. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye, everybody.